This is how to disassemble the Plextor 708 UF. Firstly, there's a screw that was back here. I have already removed it. It's the first thing you want to do. Next, on the back, you have to push this down and then slide away. Continue removing any screws you see. Alright, so I just wiped mine down because it was pretty dirty around the sides. Next, you can remove this plastic. It's tucked in on one side, but not the other. Alright, so if you're able to get your front drive ejected, good. If not, we're just going to have to be a little more aggressive. You need to get this front plate off in order to get the entire case off. So, just pull away at the front. It's not on very tight. Okay, well, mine broke off, but that's okay. We're going to have to pull it. There. Remove as much of the drive as we can. And now get the rest of this silver plate off. So, right here, we have two silver inserts at around 1/4 and 3/4. Those need to come off. Don't worry too much about these flaps. Just like that. Pull out the rest of your drive, and then you can remove the top case entirely. Alright. So, at this point, this is now the top of the case and the bottom of the case. However, unfortunately, to get the top off, we have to remove the bottom next. So, we need to pull up from our top, like so. Push against these flaps on the sides, and pull up. Now, there's electrical equipment back here, but it can bend this way. And it'll go in a 90-degree angle just like that. So this is the bottom of the case, meaning upright. It looks like this. And this is totally safe against all the wires. Now, we need to remove these two screws that were under the bottom of the case. Note that you do not have to remove these screws from the front top of the case. That's by your date. So, front of the case, these two screws are fine. Need to go to the bottom. Allow the rear end to flip 90 degrees comfortably, and then remove your final two screws. Okay. So now that all screws are removed from the bottom case of the Plextor, last thing I need to do is remove the warranty seal on the top right corner. Obviously, there's no warranty left on this device. Now we can return to the front of the case, bring this back down, and flip it back over. Remember that these two screws can stay put. So now that we are once again looking at the front of the plate towards the date label on the device, you can remove the top by returning to these two side flaps, pull them apart slightly, and pull up at the top case. Don't be afraid to pull hard here once it's unscrewed. Pull at the top if you need to, and now you're into the top of the drive. If you were unable to eject before, it's now as easy as this. And you're ready to go. Alright, if you've watched any portion of this video, you're probably trying to rip Dreamcast games without using the console itself. Some important things to note. Plextor's GD-rom encoding is similar to the GD-rom format used on the Dreamcast, but it's not identical, so you do still need an audio trap disc, and there is no custom firmware if that's what you're looking for. Utilizing an audio trap disc is the entire reason we're looking to take off the top in the first place. Note that there's a spindle on top of the case that needs to line up with the spinner anytime the drive is moving. So don't attempt to run this with the top completely removed, just to look at it. Also, make sure that when you put it back on during the rip, it is on all the way. You'll need to pull the side flaps, just like that, and make sure that it's completely level at the sides. Make sure that you allow the drive to go idle or run a start-stop command before attempting to remove the top plate so you don't scratch it permanently. If you have any other questions about this process with the Plextor device or Dreamcast DC dumping, just drop a comment, as I'm trying to stay fairly active in this community and keep my Dreamcast copies alive. Thanks for watching.